everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about my April TBR in today's video, okay? I am super excited about this because we are in my mood reading era, my fantasy romance era. I love it, okay? If you're new to my channel, I basically just do want to reads for TBRs, okay? I'm such a mood reader. I literally can't stick to a required TBR to save my life. So I'm going to just be talking about the books that I'm kind of in the mood for right now. And I will probably be picking a handful of these books up this month, depending on what moods I'm in, okay? Definitely not going to 100% read all of the books on this TBR, but like I'm just giving you the vibes, all right? Little housekeeping business. If you didn't notice, you're at a little bit of a different angle. I ended up getting a new reading chair, which I am freaking in love with. This thing is like a small bed, okay? It's not a bed, but it's almost like a bed. And I'm obsessed with it. The only thing is I had to switch my room around a little bit. So where my desk used to be is now where the chair is. And I had to slide my desk over so you're at a little bit of a different angle. I'm not loving the angle, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna have to like workshop this, okay? So let me know what you think in the comments, if this bothers you or anything. I don't know, I'm playing around with it. Without further ado, let's start on the TBR, okay? Starting off strong with a sequel. If you haven't been here for the last few months on my channel, I will let you know I basically entered a binge reading era where I now start series and complete series in a timely manner rather than moving on to books that do not pertain to the series, okay? And last month I read Red Rising, this was a book that I have been needing to read for forever, and I finally read it and it was so freaking good. Why did it take me that long to read? So in April, girl, we're coming for you, babe. Golden Sun. The Red Rising series is a sci-fi series by the author Pierce Brown. It is based around our main character named Darrow, who it is a red. And the society is based off of different hierarchies of colors. So you have like golds and silvers and whites, and like everyone has their own little place in society, and the reds are at the bottom of society. Darrow and the reds' purpose in life is to go to Mars and to terraform Mars. Unbeknownst to him, his whole world turns upside down, and you enter into these trials. It's a very much like a Hunger Games types of scenario. It's incredible. I'm literally obsessed with it. It was an incredible first book, and the way that Red Rising set up the rest of the series, unbelievable. I feel like the first book is going to be so different from the rest of these books, and I cannot wait to get into Golden Sun. I've heard Golden Sun is some people's favorite in the series. I just feel like there's so many things to be uncovered, and I truly can't wait one more second to pick this up. I already started some of it. Like I think I listened to about like 2 hours of it on audio, and I was already loving it, and I just I can't even express to you how excited I am to continue on with the series. So I'm definitely going to be reading this one this month, if not also Morning Star, because I'm just like in my binge reading era. I want to binge read series, and this is my newest obsession, okay? So Golden Sun, definitely going to be reading in this month. My next book that I'm hoping to get to in April is The Ever King by L.J. Andrews. Don't know what this is about, to be honest with you. My friend Rachel from Ravenhaired Reader, you're gonna notice a theme that I take a lot of her recommendations, okay? In this TBR, we're reading a lot of Rachel Rex. She has been talking about this book quite a bit on her channel, and I don't even know what it's about. To be honest, I looked in the first few pages of it when I first picked it up from the library, and there's some pirate ships. It's giving pirate and like pirate fantasy romance. Honestly, I don't know if that's actually right. I don't know if it's based about pirates. Like the back doesn't even tell you what if it is about pirates. And there's a lot of like references to the sea and to ships within the art and just like the first few pages of this book. And so I don't really know what this is about, but basically it's like someone stole someone's daughter, and then now people are like trying to go get the daughter back or something. I don't even know. It's giving Little Mermaid, it's giving ships, it's giving Pirates of the Caribbean, like a Pirates of the Caribbean fantasy romance. Done. That sounds so fun. Yeah, genuinely have no idea what this is about, but Rachel said it was really good. So I was like, okay, I'll put a hold on in my library, and the hold came in. So that's I am so good at explaining books. Like literally, how does that not make you want to pick up this book right away? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I end up liking this one. I'm just like really trying to get more into fantasy romance in general and read things that are outside of the Sarah J. Maas universe. But with that being said, also still want to continue on into Sarah J. Maas. So that brings us to our next book. The next book or books that I am hoping to get to is Throne of Glass, first of all, but then also Crown of Midnight. Okay, I am about a third of the way through my Throne Throne of Glass reread right now, and I'm just loving it, okay? I am loving every single second of it. I am listening to it mostly on audio. So like I said earlier, I'm trying to do this thing where I binge read series, okay? And one of the series that I have been reading for quite a long time that I haven't finished yet was the Throne of Glass series. I had read up into Queen of Shadows in my previous stint of reading it, and then I read Queen of Shadows, and then I didn't read another book in the series for over a year, okay? And since then, I have seemingly forgot a lot of things that have happened in the series, namely things that have happened in Heir of Fire and Queen of Shadows, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna reread the whole thing. I have friends who are reading the Throne of Glass series from the first time now, and I was just like, you know what, I just need to like start to finish read this whole series and not put it down. So I read The Assassin's Blade last month, and honestly, I don't feel like I had to reread The Assassin's Blade for the whole series, but like if you're new to reading the series for the first time, you should read The Assassin's Blade first, okay? I am really enjoying my Throne of Glass reread. I love being back with Dorian and Kale. As much as Kale boils my blood, it is kind of nice to be back with them, okay? And back with Kale when I liked him at first, you know what I mean? I was definitely in a reading slump throughout March, and I was hoping to have read Throne of Glass during March, but like, I don't know. I think it was the Sarah J. Maas hangover from after I had read House of Flame and Shadow. Like, it was a delayed hangover. Like, I was great after I read House of Flame and Shadow, and then all of a sudden I just crashed. And like, the beginning of March, I don't think I read a book for like 2 weeks. And unfortunately, Throne of Glass reread came at the expense to that. But I just picked up where I had left off at the beginning of March, and I am loving the reread so far. So I'm definitely going to be finishing Throne of Glass this month for sure, and hopefully getting to Crown of Midnight. Next book I want to read in April. I am beyond excited about this. Okay, you know how I told you my friend Rachel has just been inspiring me, has been giving me the creative energy, has been fueling my love of reading lately? Well, she got me again. Okay, I bought When the Moon Hatched, and I just feel like I want to be one of the girlies. Okay, I want to be in the girlies club where we're all reading fantasy romances together, and this is what the girlies are reading right now, okay? I don't know what this is about at all. Do you see a theme here? I just pick up books that Rachel tells me to read, and I read them. Okay, I just read the back, cannot even tell you what it's about other than the fact that there are dragons, okay? And like someone, I don't know if their civilization fell or there was a war or something. It says only death will set her free. I don't even know what that means. Are we going into, you know, some kind of underworld situation? Don't know, but there's dragons, and I heard the writing is really good. I just can't believe how big of a book this is. Also, the actual copy of this book is beautiful. Like, there are like beautiful illustrations. Look at that. Within the first, like the chapter, you know, markers and stuff, they're just stunning. But yeah, I have been completely sold by Rachel on this book. She gave it 5 stars, and like everyone else who has read this subsequently after her has also really enjoyed it. The writing is supposed to be really great. There's dragons, and it's a fantasy romance, and literally, could I ask for anything more? No. This is one of the top most interesting books that I would like to read this month, so I'm really hoping to get to it very soon. Going off of those vibes, okay? Going off the vibes that Rachel is my book influencer. The next book that I'm hoping to read this month is Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Rorick. I am planning on something this month, okay? I am planning on becoming a KU member. I haven't had a KU membership in quite a while, but I am ready. Again, I want to be where the fantasy romance girlies are, okay? Step number 1 is getting a KU membership. Step number 2 is downloading books on KU, and that includes When the Moon Hatched. I wanted to get a physical copy of this. And Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Rorick, okay? The way that I've heard this marketed to me is that it's a combination between Throne of Glass and A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I can't not read it. You know, I can't not. I'm so excited about this. I am hoping that it's not too similar, okay? I am really, really looking forward to this because I just feel like, you know, Sarah J. Maas speaks to my soul, but like I have a feeling I'm like scared to read it and I could get frustrated because I'm like, you're ripping her off. At the same time, I think as you get further on into the series, it veers off a little bit more and it's a little bit more intense than both like Throne of Glass and ACOTAR are. I don't know. All I heard is that it's a mashup of the two, and I just feel like this could be a really fun read. So there's 5 books in this series, and I'm just feeling like I could sink my teeth into another fantasy romance series. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. And this is just giving me the vibes that I want to have for the month. I want to be a KU girly. I want to read KU, and I just feel like this is where I need to start. Like I said with When the Moon Hatched, like these fantasy romances are my top priority right now. Like there is something that is calling my soul to the KU fantasy romance girly world. And I'm saying yes. And then the last book that I'm hoping to get to in the month of April, again, going on my little fantasy girl era, Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, I actually need to pick this up like immediately. I just need this. I need this in my life. I have already read this book, so this will be a reread for me. Mistborn is about our main character, Vin. And basically the premise of the series is what if the Dark Lord won? And her little ragtag group of friends, it's like a heist story. They're trying to overthrow this government. I remember absolutely loving this when I read this for the first time, and I didn't finish the series after I had read it, which is honestly a crime. Like this is one of the best fantasy series of all time. And the fact that I didn't finish the series and I didn't go on to the next one, like it's too far gone for me to just like hop into the Well of Ascension. I really have to do a reread of Mistborn if I want to continue on with the series, which I really do want to. The other reason why I have to start this like now is that Stormlight 5 is coming out in December, and I need to start a reread of The Way of Kings as soon as humanly possible because those books take me so long to read. Part of me is almost wondering, I'm like, should I be reading Mistborn before I go into Stormlight 5? Probably. Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere, which was what both Mistborn and Stormlight Archives are set in. You know, there's a lot of things that seem to mesh within the world. So I'm like, part of me is wondering if I should just read all of Mistborn before I go on and finish the Stormlight Archive right now. But yeah, we'll see. I need to read this again. I need to continue on with the series, and I'm just feeling a very big pull towards this book right now. So yeah, so that concludes my April TBR. Honestly, there's no humanly possible way that I'm gonna be able to read all of these books in April, but I'm really hoping for some good ones. Like top priority, honestly, I'm thinking Mistborn, When the Moon Hatched, Lady of Darkness, and then Throne of Glass. I think those are my top. Oh, and Golden Sun. But that's like 5 books, girl. Like, can I do that? Also, these are like chunky books. Like, if these are my top priority and Lady of Darkness, I got it out for me. I just really have a feeling this is going to be a great reading year for me. It's already been a great reading year so far, minus my little reading slump in March, but like we're going to pick up where we left off, and I'm so excited to get back into it. So if you've made it this far into the video, leave a butterfly because it's springtime. Butterflies, you know, just rebirth. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and me just rambling my little heart out, and let me know what you think about the background. I hope you don't hate it because literally I have limited options here, but it's fine. I love you. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.